Hey guys, what's up? Isaac here. Just wanted to go over something I've done. Didn't see a lot of videos available for this on how it's set up. Basically here I got a 2024 Honda Rancher 420. It's the foot shift. The only upgrade it has is the 4x4. Pretty basic machine here. And what I've done is installed the Badlands 2500, was a ZXR2500 winch on it, and I wanted to go over how I did that. And like I said, I didn't see a whole lot of tutorials and setups, and so I would love to have a video like this now that I've figured it out. And so what I've done here, I bought the Extreme Max winch plate for this off of Amazon. It was about $30 some. You had to buy a new fair lead. I believe it's 4 and, or don't quote me on this, 4 7/8 gap here. The bolts on the one that came with the winch didn't line up. The fair lead that came with it's a little bit smaller. I went ahead and bought a winch stop. So all in here I got about 15 bucks between the two of them. About 30 some, 31, 32 here in the winch plate, and I got the winch on sale for $59.99. So it does have the wireless controller, of course, that you have to mount. And what I've done there is basically I came over on, I guess, the right hand side here if you're sitting on the machine, and there were actually two holes existing here. You can kind of see where they're notched out, and I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what they're there for. So I went ahead and used those with the included hardware, and used a couple washers and nut on the back side. Pop this plastic off here, just pulls off, and there's a couple tabs, and I got behind there with a wrench and secured it down, and it's stable. It's not going anywhere. Zip tied the cables nice and tight over to the winch, and then started routing them back here behind the shock. Not preferable, but the cable length that comes with it for the power cable is not ideal. It's a little short. I'm sure it's designed for ATVs to have the battery up on the front, not all the way in the back. But it ends up working. I would have preferred to route it maybe a little lower down here on the frame. So anyways, but it works. It's out of the way. There's a good gap there, nothing crazy. And so you route the cable through there, zip tied it on the frame there, and then you pull these plastics off. And I kind of followed the path of the existing wiring harness back. You can kind of see how it's routed there. I'm not a big fan of this, but the fuse box or whatever it is tucked in here, and it's actually pretty tight as is. Just slid it down in there and then connected my positive and negative, of course. Yeah. So, here the winch comes with a detachable wired controller you can plug in there. Also the wireless handheld controller. So there's this here. And yeah, one little tidbit, it says it on it, but you just hold down the on and off button for 3 seconds and you'll see a blue light. And she's good to go. So yeah, that's how I ran it. I saw a video where people were putting it on the other side. And to be honest with you, with the coolant reservoir there, and I didn't really want to drill into the plastics if I didn't have to. And to be frank, there's really no wiring coming up this side. And to do that, you'd have to come on top of these plastics. There's not, unless you want to drill a hole, And I didn't really want to do that, so I just kind of followed the existing and went to the other side. And the cabling reaches. It's honestly, to me, better. It's just sitting on top of that plate. It's nothing wrong. So yeah guys, so that's kind of my deal here. That's what I did here with my 2024 Rancher. I'd recommend doing the same. Haven't had any issues yet. Now granted, this machine's only about a week old now, but I've taken it on some trail rides, and I've cleaned it since, of course, but it's gotten a little dirty and held up so far within the last week. So riding around the property here, so we'll see how it holds up over time. I mean, worst case, you got to buy another $50, $60 winch. Not a big deal. I will say this winch plate was a little bit of pain to get on. back here, up where it connects to the frame. I had to do a little bit of MacGyvering there, kind of get the bolt pre-staged and kind of make it work type of thing, but you can make it happen, man. It's not hard. It's pretty solid overall. I pulled out my buddy's bumper already with this winch. I tested it on, pulling it out of some uphill off some trees and neutral and stuff like that. It works good. So it's more than, you need for an ATV this size for sure. So that's all, guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Maybe if you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. But yeah, this is how I would recommend, installing these on these new ranchers. I'm not sure if the previous models are the same or what, but this seemed to work. And these existing holes, I mean, it's solid, man. It's a good install. So thank you, guys. Have a good day.